They need to bring their A game and attack. Big moment for Armstrong. What a ground to play your first match, Suncorp Stadium. Look around in the stands, and he wears the Knights jersey, the #1, and presented his jersey by Darren Albert, 97 grand final hero. So a big deal for David Armstrong. And again, it's been the benefit of watching the pre-season challenge on Fox League. We got to see him there. He looked okay. It was the same with young Gray at South Sydney. Players we get to see a little sample of pre-season challenge, and you think, hey, put him in the little black book that we're going to watch them somewhere down the track. Well, today's the day.
Well, it's a big game for him too. No substitute for speed. 23 tries in 28 games in the Reggies, so he's a try-scoring man. Big game from Bestie this afternoon.
Ian Kennedy referee. Underway on this Sunday afternoon. Game 7 of round number 8. And he has to take the first hit up of the match. Our front row wasn't in position, so Armstrong first touch and first carry. Saifidi on the run in a milestone game for him. Jacob game 150 today on the 20-metre line. Now Thompson will follow up. And the veteran front rowers in Bromwich and Nichols are there with Kenny Bromwich. There's about 500 games of experience, more than that across those three, more like 700. Knights still searching to recapture that brilliant form of late last year. Elliott hit and spin, Plath down low in that tackle, safely through the opening set, and Hastings the kick, long to fullback, Trey Fuller. As elusive as they get, 7 tackle busts against the Eels.
Well, it's all good and said about the Dolphins' attack. We've already mentioned that, how they're the leading try-scoring or second in the try-scoring in the league, but they like the contact. Just watch their first up defence. That was a good set from them, albeit the Knights got to their kick.
Tessie New, Marshall King just working away on the left side. Everyone getting an early touch. All the outside backs. Bostock came in for that carry. What a night out in Darwin he had. Now Jesse Bromwich for the record. Game 323 today for Jesse. Right on halfway. They also reach the end of their set. Katoa with a kick under pressure from Brayley. It's out on the wing. Marju, safe catch, but surrounded by Dolphins troops right there. Jake Duke on the sideline, soaking up the early minutes of this one. How you doing, Jake?
Very, very well. Thank you, Andrew. Nothing better than a bit of Sunday footy, Arvo at Suncorp Stadium. Conditions mostly fine with a little bit of scattered rain around, so hopefully that holds off for this one. As you mentioned, the Dolphins had a big win in Darwin, a club record 44 points they scored, and they did it without a number of superstars. So you think the Knights, they'd be hoping to rally that same spirit, missing Kalen Ponga here today. Let's see what they can conjure up.
Well, here's Hastings looking to conjure something up, but Bromwich ended that party. Gamble is the kicker. 38 metres out from the Dolphins line. It's out Bostock's way. Again, they don't challenge on the catch. They play the man, not the ball. We've seen some spectacular tries lately. The layman still wonders, why don't they challenge more bowls rather than just playing for that field position? It's on out. Ooh, Fuller rocked over the top by Thompson. He'd be 80 kilos ringing wet, and maybe only just, I reckon, Trey Fuller.
You need a little bit of courage to play in fullback now, especially the way that they run the ball right through the meat of the ruck. That was the third hit up there from the young fella. He's got plenty of courage. Good start from Fuller.
So now Marshall King for Katoa. Only a 27-metre gain. Knights would be happy with that defensive set. Kick on the full, down to Chuala. And he'd positioned Gago on his outside, but elected not to pass. And now the Dolphins gather him in. A little slow to release. Referee Kennedy allowed some leniency there. Gagai back to the 40. Now very much in the veteran class. Dane Gagai at 33. Hastings. And letting it go across to Marju. Now Brayley. He's got Elliott there. A little scrappy from the Dolphins in defence. That was touched by Aitken. Tackle count will restart. Across it comes to big Pierce Paul on halfway. A little gangly. Geez, offering some fends here. Oh, and then he's had the ball stripped.
No advantage. Knock on here.
Pierce Paul, we've seen him make a number of breaks early in the season, get himself into space. Got a great offload. Time Jesse Bromwich one-on-one steals the ball.
So
The referee had called.
yeah, we've gone all the way back and said knock on Aitken. I don't know why we don't just adjust it and call it a free play after a drop ball now, because that's what the Knights sort of had there. It went on for some time, and then we came back for the knock on. Let's just call it a free play and let's keep going. Now Hastings. Bradman Best. 41 away from the Dolphins line. Brayley. Saifidi. Brother Daniel plays his 168th today, so they debuted in the same game back in 2016, round one against the Titans. Up they came on Gamble, didn't get the work done. That missed by Katoa, and Newcastle with the best opportunity of the match so far. With it is Elliott. Elliott right to the line. Plath hangs on, Nichols, Jesse Bromwich. That's the fourth. Good chance Newcastle. Brayley left. Hastings, flat ball, Bradman Best. Nice tackle low down, Avarillo. Last play, Brayley will have a crack himself. And Fuller and Nikarima stayed low. They needed to stay low to prevent the burrowing try.
Well, they read the play straight away. They knew that he was going to run from dummy half there, Brayley. As you said, they kept down low, two in the tackle, stopped the try there. Tell you what, in that set, I like Gamble when he runs the ball. He's a big 5'8". Rather than try and set up the outside all the time, I like it when he runs the football in that attacking zone. He's got a big job here this afternoon. No Ponga. He needs to run a lot.
Avarillo on his sixth game as a Dolphin, just the 2 tries so far. Ball with Katoa, kicking before the last from inside the 30. He got a big piece of it. It doesn't bounce on, but look out! Here comes Tessie New, knocked on. Aitken comes up with the ball. Well, this makes it tricky for the referee. If he's again,
you touch it into the top.
Well, he blew it early. Yeah.
You're going to allow it to
Where do you want
continue.
it, in the middle?
You can't wait to see if they score a try.
Well, there's number 1 rule at the back there for young Armstrong. Could he have covered the ground a little bit quicker? Don't let the ball bounce. That's what will happen. A little bit unfortunate. There was a great chase. There's the bounce of the ball. New was right there. Knocks it on into Armstrong. And the Newcastle Knights will get the football back.
They will. That could have been for the Dolphins. So the Knights with it. Marju comes in for the first carry. He's a bit light on the tries this year. Just the 1 4-pointer for Marju after 22 last season. So perhaps today is the day. Brayley now, Thompson. Big battle for Leo coming up as a New Zealand test forward coming up against Jesse today. I'm sure he would see this as quite a highlight to come up against a New Zealand great. Knights now with Gamble, and there is Jacob Saifidi. Say ripping onto the ball there. Aitken made the tackle. Hastings the bomb. 7.5 minutes into the contest. It's out Bostock's way. Loses the ball. And up it comes with Lucas. Passes off one knee. Play on the call. It is Gagai. Gamble. Saifidi. Plath is there with Marshall King and Nichols. Pressure on the home side here. Brayley to Elliott. Hastings, the probing away, Pierce Paul. Not able to pass, but gets a little glimpse at the line there. Brayley now, scooping up left. Hastings, Armstrong, it's a dream. It's a dream for the young fullback. First game. The big show, and the sea's open. The sea was parted. What a feeling for the young fullback.
We can put it down to a quick play. The ball's there from the Newcastle Knights. They've started so well, they've completed well. And what a try there from Armstrong. He picks out the big front rower. I'll have to have a look at the replay to see if it's Jesse Bromwich. Just couldn't close the gap back on the inside. Look at the gap there. Straight away, Bromwich tries to get there. Just a little bit slow to come across and close the gate. But the speed of the young fullback, straight in there. There's Bromwich, couldn't make the tackle. And what a start for the Newcastle Knights and Armstrong for this game. Showed plenty of speed to get through. And that's a tremendous start As I said, they looked a little bit flat last week. That's not the case so far. He's injected a little bit of spark into this Newcastle Knights side.
What
and
a
that was
moment.
wonderful to watch.
Oh, it is a pleasure for us as commentators on Fox League. Look at the Knights fans reacting. The Harvey Norman replay. That's a beauty, the last one. You see the Knights fans all smiles and they appreciate the moment. This fella is, what is it, 9.5 minutes into his first grade debut, and he scores the try. The first Knight to score on debut since Stafford Toa back in 2019. What a moment.
Yeah, it's great organisation there from the Newcastle Knights to pick out the big front rower. A mismatch there with speed, but look at the space that he was able to get off a good inside ball there. Straight through. Great try, great moment for the young fella.
But that actual moment where the seas parted, like the gap was huge. Like he must have thought, this is unbelievable. I've only got to run 10 metres and I score. Gagai is the kicker. 20 minutes out, and he's pulled it right across the face there. But the Knights off and running. They lead the Dolphins 4-0.
What a moment for young David Armstrong. What a story as well. Called in to replace one of the biggest superstars in the game in Kalen Ponga. And only a couple of years ago, he was playing local A grade for the Gundawindi Boars. He went back and played locally. During COVID, he scored 38 tries in a season and took the Gundawindi Boars to a title. And now, fast forward a couple of years, he's scoring a try here at Suncorp Stadium. Teammates describe him as electric and a ball of energy. He scored 23 tries in 28 games, New South Wales Cup games, and he gets one in first grade.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. And Saifidi ready to go again. So no Ponga. Yeah, you saw Dane Gagai there. He hasn't kicked a lot in his illustrious career, just the 14 goals and 61% success rate. Could be a real problem for the Knights.
You can see the lift in enthusiasm. You get the first try and all of a sudden, look at this for a set. They're winding up. That was a problem last week. They just dawdled into the defensive line. Not so now. First on the board, and they're full of running so far.
And on play 4, back up to the 40. Kai Pearce-Paul, in fact, over the 40-metre line. This is a very good, a very strong set. Saifidi, legs pumping there into the Dolphins half they go. And gets the quick play the ball with some defenders still strewn on the grass down to Bostock. Dolphins have the ball. The chase is good from Gamble. So doing things right early in Newcastle. Asako with the ball now. And this time Tessie New. Marshall King back across with Avarillo. To a bit of hard work here to make any sort of ground. This is very solid defence from Newcastle. I suppose you could say Dolphins not trying all that much until now. Nikarima, risky offload. Pearce-Paul comes down a long way to scoop it up. So the Dolphins flicked a switch, created opportunity, but it backfires now.
Smart play there by Nikarima. He looked up Saifidi. He thinks, I'll take him on the show and go. Just unfortunate the ball went to ground with the pass.
Gamble to Lucas, getting better by the week, Dylan Lucas, even if the team is not at its best.
Gee, the ground looks a little bit sloppy, doesn't it? A little bit slippery underfoot by the look of it.
On the way along to Thompson. We had the same last year, didn't we? As we approached Magic Ground, we had our concerns. Short side Gamble, delivers for Pearce-Paul. His arms are that long, he could stretch out from about 5 metres away. Rayleigh, Gamble. Hastings got a high ball, couldn't run onto it. They killed the play there for the Knights on the last. What a disappointing end. They had a shift ready to go right.
Yeah, it was just the positioning of the pass too. It wasn't that great. Couldn't do much there, Hastings. The ball was on his left shoulder. Execution not that great for the last play. And again, we see the Dolphins. Gee, they've done it tough early in this game, taking the ball in their own half. Their outside backs getting to work, rolling the sleeves up. Haven't been in any sort of field position yet.
Yeah, only completed 3 sets, the Dolphins. Newcastle are 8 from 8 to start the game. Now Plath is with it on for Katoa. Bromwich, a little more thrown at the Knights' defence that time, but that is the 4th done. Marshall King and Plath on the run. He was great against the Eels. I think he's there long term, and he's got a new contract extension to boot. Katoa with the kick. Marju's side. Marju with it in front of Asako. Now, Jermaine is a leaper, but he didn't quite get there in time.
I think they've got to get a little bit closer. It's a long way out, the bomb from 45 out. Don't give your chasers a time to get under that ball.
They all seem a bit kick disruptor shy at the moment. The kick disruptor factor coming into play across the first 13.5 minutes of this game. Now Brayley to Gamble, and now Armstrong. Oh, like this. Putting a bit of footwork on a front rower again. It was Nichols that time. So nice signs for the young fullback. Thompson on this carry. Definitely with a better play so far, the Knights. And Hastings kick. And there is Fuller. Timed his jump, nicely done. But again, no interference from the Newcastle chasers.
You don't want to give away penalties there. You had to cover a little bit of ground that time, Fuller. It's a good take, good confidence boost.
This time Avarillo with the Dolphins. Suncorp, one of their two homes. Fuller may have been collected a little high, that's what the crowd thought. Lucas was the defender. No drama, said referee Kennedy, and Lucas makes a double. Now Fuller on for Katoa. Controlling this side. He's just 20 years of age, but he looks every bit of first grader now, Katoa. Marju bringing that ball back. Had a good week, the Dolphins. Picked up Fiti Fuiaki from the Cowboys for next season as a penalty goes the way of the Knights.
Ooh, that's a big leg up, isn't it? Getting a penalty in that position, especially when you would say the Newcastle Knights are on top. That makes it a little bit better early in the tackle count. Not only the penalty, but the kick downfield. Didn't really go for much distance, but straight away in the attack again now, the Knights. Had enough ball to score another try here.
Knights with a start at 4-0. Haven't had a good record in Queensland of late. They've lost 5 in a row on trips north. Bailey with the ball. Elliott across with Thompson. And the Knights have got themselves good field position again, just outside the 20. Elliott with it. Then on for Lucas. Again, Buster tackle.
He was a shining light for him last week too, and a well-beaten team.
Brayley to Hastings. They come left again. They get it all wrong. Thompson made contact with the defender, but referee happy for the Knights to retain possession. Brayley to Elliott. Offload. There's trouble here. Lucas wasn't able to get it one more pass along there. Could have been dangerous. Brayley to Hastings. Coming out Bradman Best's way. A kick came off the legs of Avarillo. He loses the ball. Armstrong is with it. Dummy and run from Armstrong. Beat a couple. Gamble the support player. The Knights reload on a set here. They have definitely got the better of play now. Thompson with it. Could be 10-0 in a moment. Brayley and Hastings drifts across to the right side. Gamble doesn't throw the rainbow pass. And the Dolphins defend on the line. Brayley now to Hastings. Halves are busy. Sofeti almost through the tackle of Marshall King. Brayley beside the posts. Hastings, then Pierce Paul. A set restart the Knights. Sustained pressure here on Wayne Bennett's team. Brayley, Sofeti lifted, driven back. Dolphins defence does well. That was Little Fuller doing the driving, the number one. Brayley, Gamble, beautiful ball. Gagai, there's the Knights' second try. Quite relentless, the attack of the visitors. Some really good signs for Newcastle.
Yeah, they've been really good up front too. Sofeti and also Leo Thompson laying the platform. Had enough ball, as I said, to get another try. They shift the ball out, the experience. Look at the set here. Out the back there to Gamble, just digs right deep into the line. The face pass. Bostock can't make the tackle one-on-one with Gagai. How many tries have you seen him score like this? a lot more powerful than what a lot of people think. Look at that leg drive, stretches out. No assistance over the top there from the Dolphins. Gagai gets the try, and that's their second, and deservedly so.
100%. That is his 79th of his career. Dane Gagai, goal kicker today, co-captain. It's all happening for Dane. What I like early, Blocker, and you're the expert here, 18 minutes in. Ponga, main man not there. They really are sharing the workload. Gamble, Hastings, Armstrong has played his bit. They've shared the work around here.
Yeah, they have, and I'll tell you what I did like, Andrew. On the kick return, a ball was dropped down there, and Armstrong scoops the football up and digs into the line himself, throws a dummy and goes himself. I like it when he's not trying to pass off, he's trying to run. He's trying to make an impact in this game, and he's certainly done that so far.
Hastings have had a couple of runs at the line as well. So I wish Dane all the best. I'm certainly not death riding him, but the career stacks up flat. Second kick, good on you, Dane. Converts his own try, and that looks good for the Knights. 10-0 through 19 minutes.
You mentioned it off the top, Blocker. Without Kalen Ponga, they needed this man, Dane Gagai, to stand up for Newcastle today, returning from a calf injury into the co-captain role. He's 33 years old, played over 273 games, and this is what he's done throughout them. Lifted when he needed to. That's his second try of the season, averaging 150 metres per game and busting 7 tackles a game at the moment. He is still as strong and as agile as he ever has been, and he's off contract at the end of the year. Dane Gagai says he wants to play on and push towards that 300 mark for the Knights.
Bromwich, a breather for the Dolphins. It's the first time this year, Knights fans will know this, that they've scored double figures inside the opening 20 minutes.
I'll tell you what does help. They're 13 from 13. I hope I don't mock them here, the Newcastle Knights. They had to come out and make a statement after last week, and it's an excellent start. 13 completions from 13.
What about this stat? 33 tackles inside the Dolphins' half. The Dolphins have had 1 inside the Knights' territory. Now Elliott, lovely direct running. Quick play the ball, Brayley and Gamble. Now the kick, he goes for the low kind. There's work for Fuller. Set up nicely on the last bounce. Dolphins possession just outside their 20, but it's a tough slog at the moment for the home side. And then Bostock.
Just going to have a look at how the enthusiasm here from the Dolphins, how long it takes them to get behind the ball. There's still players coming back. That's a third tackle.
Look at his Ray Stone using his bench. Josh Kerr's been very good for them off the bench this year. Katoa with the remark. Oh, Averillo. Flick on, it's dangerous. Sasako has to go back for it. Last tackle, and that takes the edge off the set again. They're kicking from inside their own half, so no tackles in Knights territory again. This is incredibly lopsided in terms of field position. I don't think we've seen much like it this year through 20.5 minutes. Knights finding their way into Dolphins territory easily. And everyone else at the other end of the ground, well, you need binoculars to watch the action. It is Brayley to Hastings to Elliott on for Lucas. The attack's looking pretty slick. Now Brayley. And Gamble a juggle. And then for Gagai. He was there. Falls off the tackle. Marshall King finishes it. 4 tackles up Knights. Brayley to Gamble. Now the last. Campbell's kick. Looking into the sun. No one reacts. Everyone was there. Good counter-attack from the Dolphins centre. Still going. Then offloads. Fuller can motor. Dolphins fans come alive. Averillo to Bostock. And finally they look like getting into the Knights half. Averillo, Stone, they're there. The Knights on the back of a 15th completed set. Now Marshall King, Plath, left side, Katoa. Short on the pass to Aitken. Gamble stuck to his man. Fuller, short side, Katoa. Tessie New. First time we've seen the Knights defence under pressure. Pretty impressive set, the Dolphins. Katoa to Bob on the last. He'll kick it out. Asako's way. This will be a challenge. big back, but went forward to best. No advantage Newcastle, they can come back to the 10.
Yeah, the perfect opportunity to take that ball on the full. There was no one around there, Osaka. And then the support would have came. Just all this compulsive tapping the ball back behind you.
Well, he's hurt his wrist. He batted it back so strongly. Blocker, he's hurt his wrist, Jermaine Osaka. Rather than catch.
They do look dangerous when Nicarima starts to run the football. He's run the ball a couple of in the early tackles. He's looked dangerous, just haven't been in any field position so far.
Thompson. Oh, Thompson! Bromwich is in trouble. They'll have to stop the play here. Kenny Bromwich came reeling out of the collision there with Leo Thompson.
He just tried to blindside him there, come up on that angle, try and put a shot on Thompson, just braced himself. I wonder if it's a shoulder problem or...
Hang on, I can't hear. Just wait, go again.
Oh no, it's hitting him in the jaw.
Yeah. Oh goodness. It could be it for Kenny Bromwich today. It's a heavy collision sport, isn't it? And Thompson saw him at the last moment. Kenny Bromwich in all sorts here, and obviously will go straight from the field. They don't need independent doctor to assess that one. Busy defensive start, Kenny Bromwich, but they may be down.
Well, he was trying to make a statement, lift his team a little bit. They've been gaining bulk metres through the middle, haven't they, the Knights? Good sportsmanship there. A little tap of the hand from Gagai. A lot of respect shown.
2:43 today, so that might be it for this afternoon. Cartwright is on for the Knights, just his second match for Newcastle. Played back in round 2, 21 minutes only. Now Gamble, a bomb from 42 metres out. Chase is only just onside. Fuller underneath it. And with the ball on the 10-metre line, Dolphins at the moment up against a side that is absolutely perfect. 16 from 16.
Just haven't been able to get in a stride, have they? The Dolphins been under the pump early, as you mentioned. No mistakes so far with the football. The Newcastle Knights just puts the pressure on you. A couple of good penalties in their own half to kick down, go straight on the attack. All the field position going their way at the moment.
Now there is Kerr. Some of the tackle counts. We've got Max Plath running at 28 tackles so far through the first 24 minutes of the game. Back to Katoa, kicking in front of Daniel Saifidi. And Chuala is with it for the Knights. Centre field for Armstrong. Chased across field. And doing enough was Keeley in the tackle. Now for Chuala. So Kerr, Stone, Keeley all off the bench for the Dolphins.
See, there's a little thing. Gagai there, coming in and making a run. I said he'd make a difference. He's already scored a try, but at the back end of the field, you need a couple of those tough runs from your outside backs. He's the man.
Daniel Saifidi on the carry. Now Brayley for Elliott and on for Cartwright. Just inside Dolphins half and away for Gamble. Another bomb from the Knights and yet another completed set. 17 from 17. Bostock now to Fuller. Sights a gap. And I don't think the gap needs to be very big. Have a look at this bloke, eh? An absolute jack in the box. Trey Fuller.
Well, he was unlucky not to win a penalty there too. I thought they held on to him a little bit too long.
I think he might be made of rubber. He's a rubber ball, Trey Fuller, the way he was bouncing about there. Marshall King, the Plath, Katoa, Nicarima looming up. Averillo has speed. He burns Bradman Best. Averillo throws it forward, I thought. The try at the finish. I'm not about to take the moment away from Oren Keeley. He scores for the Dolphins. Big moment for another youngster here at Suncorp Stadium. And Oren Keeley, in just his 4th game of first grade, scores his first try.
Well, they've got some speed on the outside, haven't they? Everello, once he got the ball, got on the outside of his man in Best. They came up and then they stopped, flat-footed. The show and go. Nicarima digs into the line. Averillo makes the break. Best can't go with him. The pass, well, marginal. Keeley gets the try, but it was good play for him too. Stay alive, back on the inside. What a shot that is. Best can't go with him. Keeley with the Superman dive. Good on him.
Yeah, your first try in rugby league against the team that he played his first game in first grade. Look, again, I have dramas with the pass, but I don't want to take away the moment from the kid. And what a moment. You'd hope that a photographer has snapped the shot. Have a look at the reaction. Superman dive, super celebration. Another great moment on Fox League for a young player.
Yeah, what about the shot? The back-end shot is the one that everyone will be looking at him. Looking at him. How good is it?
Beautiful.
Just a huge thing now to play a first grade game. Don't they make a huge fuss? And so they should. And to get your first try like that.
And this is again goal kicking if it becomes a shootout. Asako, one of the better ones. The Hammer likes that. We got a 10-6 scoreline. Knights over the Dolphins.
It's great anticipation, you know, when you stay alive back on the inside, knowing that Averillo has got that sort of pace. The good thing was that he dug into the line that time. The 5'8" there. Nicarima. Look at that. How good is it?
Look at this. Oh, you love it. No, I think he's got Superman covered, to be honest.
No cake.
No, maybe he got changed to the phone booth for the match, Oren Keeley. Who would know? Is Ray Stone back for the Dolphins. 10 points to 6. A most enjoyable game through 27 minutes, what we've seen so far. Knights have improved, and now Dolphins are ready to go with them. We're told a Category 2 for Kenny Bromwich. So not ruled out of the game at this point. Marshall King twisted there. Oh, Cartwright, he's in trouble. What happened to Jed Cartwright there? They have to stop the play again. Katoa with the ball for the Dolphins just over halfway.
He's got twisted up. His ankle, I'd say, or a twisted knee.
Too many minutes as Nicarima kicks downfield. This will bring Armstrong into the play. Flawless so far. In fact, they're being two of the standouts, the two fullbacks. Fuller in game 3 and Armstrong in game 1. Fuller's had 8 runs and 4 tackle busts. 92 metres so far.
Just showed how dangerous they are, haven't they? The Dolphins, when they get a little bit of free footy, get some numbers, hard to stop. They can score long-range tries.
Sofidi up to halfway. Now Brayley, dummied left, right side Elliott. Another set of great intent from Newcastle, peeling off the meters. They're 18 of 18 at the end of this one. Gamble the bomb. Now will they contest? Fuller is not the tallest fullback in the comp, but again they're happy for him to leap uncontested. Not even a disruptor there. And the Dolphins are back with the ball. Right off the field for Newcastle. Bostock with the ball. He got some suggestion of pressure there for a moment for the young winger. Now Stone. It's the best we've seen from Josh Kerr, and the offloads, the confidence. 11 offloads this season. Fuller, beautiful ball. New, back inside. Fuller supports. This is great rugby league. Marshall King with the ball. Kicks on the end of it. The chase is coming. And Mazu takes it dead. But the build-up was quite scintillating. Trey Fuller, you are a star.
It's their little men that really causing troubles in and around the ruck now, and they start to get a little bit more football. A little bit slow to retreat that time, the Newcastle Knights. I don't know whether the kick on the end of it was a little bit too much, but anyway, had to play at it. They'll get the ball back.
Let's go, Jackson.
Would have been better to try and find a pass over the top.
So line drop out with the Newcastle Knights. They go short. It's got a bit of hook on it, and it's gone the distance. It was close to absolutely perfect because Best could have almost driven Asako over the touchline there. With it is Keeley wound up after getting his first meat pie in first grade. 10 away from the line. Dolphins chant up. Marshall King, the stone, set restart. Stone caught. The tackle of Pierce Paul. Marshall King, Katoa for Kerr. Great low tackle there by Gamble. It was Lucas over the top. Marshall King to Plath. Along for Katoa. Tries to square them up. Pass held directed, look out. Best was coming through at a rate of knots. Dolphins lose 20 on the play. Again with Fuller. You can't look away when he's got the ball, can you? Trey Fuller. Marshall King. Plath. And dummy and run. Doesn't pass to Stone. Last tackle Dolphins. Marshall King to Katoa. Decided to play. But Kareem never had a good grip on it.
It's Gagai again with the defence coming up and making the Dolphins tip the ball on. Great defence. The little things he does so well. Put the pressure on the ball player. Just watch how he comes up. Doesn't hesitate. That's good play. Just shut it down as quick as you can. Gee, they look dangerous. Newcastle starting to slow up a little bit through the middle. Had Plath been able to find a pass back on the inside, that would have been another try to the Dolphins.
So let's see if they can keep this perfect completion rate going. And the lead is just 4 points at the moment. There is Gagai. But good game of football, this one. Rayleigh to Gamble. The halves have obviously been told to keep running today. Don't just stand and pass.
It's been the little men, hasn't it? It's really caused trouble in Newcastle. It's been a great first half for them, but you would expect with that amount of football, they would have had more points on the ball.
Hastings bomb, they're going to challenge this time. And that time there will be a disruptor penalty. And there you go. We're working out the rule. I think everyone at home shouted, disruptor!
Yeah, I think what you've got to do is make sure you look like you're going to leap and try and take the football. Just arrived a little bit too early, Pierce Paul there.
Kids are shouting disruptor these days. Come on, sir, disruptor. It's into the vernacular now.
It's disrupting my sleep.
Is it?
Yes.
You're dreaming of disruptors, Block. I don't want to know about your dreams, Block, to be quite honest. There'd be some weird ones. Now the ball with Keeley for the Dolphins. So they start a set inside the Newcastle half. They've had only 6 tackles inside the Knights 20 today. They might get there in this set. Stone.
We haven't seen Marshall King run the ball yet. Hasn't really had the opportunity. Might open up a little bit more for him in the second half.
Plath, Katoa, and now Aitken across field. And Aitken offloads. Marshall King up with Nikarima, darting about. This is a day for the little men to stand out. Nikarima jinking. Fuller's been outstanding. Here is Plath. Back in for Stone. He's been busy. Ray Stone, 11 metres away from the line. Marshall King, 3 tries on the board so far. Great play. Plath, fair tackle for mine from Jones. Dragged him around the chest. Marshall King, Katoa, dummy. Asako with work to do. A kick goes touch and goal.
We obviously think there's a little bit of yardage straight through back in the middle. Got a couple of offloads back on the inside here. That's the second one. Jones, desperation tackle. Don't think it was too high. Asako tries to kick the ball back in field. And the Newcastle Knights showed a bit of resilience there. They hung on. They were under the pump.
Let's update the injuries blocker. Jake, what
Bad
is
news
the
for the
story?
Dolphins, guys. Yeah, Kenny Bromwich failed his HIA, so he will not return for this game. Jed Cartwright for the Knights have been told it's a right ankle injury. He's in a fair bit of pain, but still being assessed. Hasn't been ruled out just yet.
Okay, so in the case of Kenny Bromwich, not automatically ruled out. Wasn't a Category 1, but has since failed his HIA, so not coming back on. So 16 players, the roster for the Dolphins there. Hastings along for Gamble and then on for Gagai. Put a move on Tessie New. Gets in a wrestle. Gagai calling them in from all sides there, the defence. 30 metres away. Ball comes up for Gamble to Bomb. This to the corner. And Katoa found himself in a catching position, but again, really not given such a tough task. No one competing on the catch. I reckon the first person who legally competes on a catch is going to score today. And Fuller earns his team a penalty.
Yeah, well done. Quick play the ball. Always involved in the game, Fuller. Geez, been impressive, hasn't he? Always wants the footy. The good players want the ball to try and make a difference. He's certainly done that in the first half. After they were under the pump early, the Dolphins, 10-6, somehow got themselves back in.
He was so humble when he spoke at Fox League last week after the game in Darwin as well, Craig Fuller. This is dream come true stuff for a 27-year-old in first grade. Stone with it. They're both great stories, the two fullbacks. Because for Armstrong, it's actually his second stint at Newcastle. As Joe told the story earlier. Now Kerr, offload, on the bounce. Platters with the ball. Unloading for Fuller. And again, oh, he comes out the other side, the rubber ball. Oh, come on, referee Kennedy, give him a crack. You've got to watch this bloke, he's never held.
Well, both hands were off him. He's entitled to get up and run.
Platt, on it comes to Kerr.
I reckon Kerr's made a difference since he's come on.
Well, he probably has in every game this year. Now Katoa, Nikarima. Dolphins starting to put it together. By the way, the Knights are 20 from 20. Now, Marshall King, Katoa, Kerr. Need to follow, there's the offload again. Bounce out the back. Katoa to run, oh, that's beautiful. Fuller doesn't get the ball down, I don't think. But the work of Katoa was superb.
Is that Armstrong underneath there?
I have no try. Just confirm Trey remains always up.
I think you're right, Bob.
Fullback.
And that's exciting rugby league.
Has he got some speed? Still plenty of work to do here. Who is it that comes over the top here? It's Elliott in the tackle. Yeah, he just spins him around. Hang on. No, he's held up. Well done. Great tackle, Elliott. You wouldn't have thought if they scored there and kicked the goal, they would have went into half-time in front.
Yeah, look, if you want to apply physics to it, they're probably
See if Trey Fuller gets to the ground at any point. It looks like this armed under the ball.
Because Elliott saying, I've got this. And then Saifidi adds 115k on top.
Yeah, nearly.
So Elliott's now trying to lift up 300k.
Based on the live decision and the available angles, we'll be supporting the decision of held up. We have a decision.
Well done, Adam Elliott. Trey Fuller. What about Katoa? There's another with a bullet. Like he's rocketing. He looks a terrific number 7 now. He's running the show. Here he is, kicking on the last. Here comes Osako. There is Marju. Sprinting back to the 20. He's ready to go. Greg Marju. This is an excellent contest. The Dolphins have picked up their game. The Knights, after the 10-0 start, still yet to make a handling error. We've had a game with 5 line breaks. Jones with it. Rolled an offload out there. Gamble on with Lucas. He's a good mover. You just saw it there in one carry. Not an easy target. Brayley. Gamble. Platt. Jones. Only just. He lost it there, Jones, for a moment. Regripped. Now Hastings on to Pierce Paul. And in 4 tackles, they're back inside the Dolphins 20. Hastings thought about kicking. Now having to run at Platt. Safety and stopping the run there. So one playmaker out. Brayley. Campbell steps up. Gets the kick. The weight is perfect. And Fuller in front of Lucas, but a very good set by Newcastle again.
Yeah, it certainly was. Geez, he's a dangerous player, isn't he? The big back rower. Pierce Paul always got that right arm free. I'll tell you what, you'd be hovering around him. It's a good finish to the set too. He got the length of the field there. Fuller right on the spot. Too quick. That's it, dead in goal.
Again, no Tyson Brazil today, but they've been good. Pierce Paul and Lucas the right, Pierce Paul the left. Sarko's dropout. Cut off by Gamble. And in for Daniel Saifiti. Final minute of the first half. I reckon they're taking any points here, Newcastle, because they probably feel their work and their completion rate is worthy of more than 10 on the ball. Let's see how they play it out here. Brayley, 20 away, Hastings, they keep it in the centre. Armstrong plays it himself, got a little check, ball is there! Oh, the two fullbacks. Couple of newbies, 3 games between them. They have been two of the best players on the field.
You've got to be high alert when this guy's got the footy, the chip in behind, coming across Fuller. It's nearly a perfect bounce for him.
How good's this?
Both competing for the football.
Katoa. Dolphins get the last say in attack for the half. Amarillo on to Osako. And held up on halfway. And that will do us. It's uncaught. Highly entertaining. A desperate Newcastle against a high-flying Dolphins side. And the Knights, after leading 10-0 early, have a 4-point advantage at half-time. Knights 10, Dolphins 6.
What a great first half this bloke had too. I had a look at him in the shed standing next to Bostock.
Yeah.
I thought he needed to get on a step ladder. He's only tiny, but how enthusiastic is he?
Second half underway. Dolphins first possession. Curb. We have a big collision off the kickoff. One man came in from the side. Now for Keeley. He had his moment in the first half, scoring for the first time. It's quite a touch because he came right through the Knights junior rep system.
I wonder if it would have got mentioned at half-time how the Dolphins come out in the second half against Parramatta last week and just blew them off the park. So very important the first 15 minutes here for the Knights defensively.
40 points last week. They've averaged 19 points in second halves this year, which is an NRL high through 7 rounds. Katoa kicking, really impressed by him again today. Marju on there to that kick.
You know what it is about Katoa too? For such a young bloke, he doesn't get spooked. He's got time.
Bennett gave him that rap a few weeks ago on Fox League. Said he just is a really good voice out on the field, controlled. Very impressive for a 20-year-old. Good run, Daniel Saifiti. Almost a 20-metre charge. Good platform for the Knights in this set. Lucas on the right edge. 4 tackles. Brayley, Elliott, then on for Hastings. Linking up with Kai Pearce-Paul. Last tackle now. 90 seconds into the second half. Hastings with a dab over the top. Marju knocked it back. Play on for Armstrong. The Green was about to get even better. And he's taken over the sideline.
Yeah, it was that Zarko to come across with the tackle. His eyes would have lit up here. Armstrong gets the ball on the bounce. Tries to use his speed and get on the outside. Zarko's right there. Drives him the touch. That's a strong tackle.
Well, the replay highlighted Amarillo was the knees of Marju collected him in the back. You talked about step ladders. Well, Amarillo was used as one there, and is a little sorer as a result. Oh, Marshall King rocks sideways. Daniel Saifiti has started this second half on song in defence and attack. So Dolphins with the ball. And Plath. Almost back to the 40. Must be unbelievable. Wayne Bennett, as he said to me, I coached your dad. I finished coaching your dad over 20 years ago.
They look much alike too, don't they? You would have said, I see you before.
And there's Armstrong. Fuller's up there again. The two fullbacks. What a battle. Jake on the sideline. What did you find out at halftime?
Adam O'Brien, the Knights coach, very happy with their 100% completion rate and their control of the ball in that first half. Just wants a better kick chase on Trey Fuller. Thinks they're giving him too much time, too much room. The bad news for Newcastle, as we see a strong run here from Badman Best, is that Jed Cartwright has been ruled out of this game with that ankle injury, so he will not return. For the Dolphins, Wayne Bennett just wants his side to clean up the errors. They only had 28% of the territory in that first half. Believes if they can control the ball, they'll come over the top of the Knights.
So Lucas with another carry for Newcastle. 2 tackles into the bargain for Lucas today. He's been very strong. Gamble. Oh, chip, not quite pinpoint, but then lost. Well, it's ended up back behind where the ball was first contacted, so he's ruled you onside and play on.
I like this
on the run.
I like this from the Knights so far. They've come out with intent with their defence. A couple of solid tackles to start this second half from them. Just got to continue. They'll be well aware of what this Dolphin side can produce, especially if you get it a little bit tighter in the middle.
Now, Averillo on a set restart for the Dolphins. I saw 2 plays back. Trey Fuller with a hitter. No one's told him he weighs 80 kilos or under. He doesn't seem to know. They must do something to the scales when he hops on. No, you're 95. Marshall King passes to Plath. And they're just inside the 30. Knights end of the field. Early chance second half for the Dolphins. Katoa, Nikarima, flick on, good hands, Averillo. Burnt Best once in the first half. Best copped a knock to the head there. Katoa, Plath. Oh, he goes short and probably out the back was the play there. Kerr is held up. Last tackle, Dolphins. Now Marshall King. Katoa on the angle. Tessinew loses the ball. The Knights come up with it. Gagai's on the gallop. Newcastle away from their own 10. Crossland about to see football for the first time today. Armstrong got past Ray Stone, which isn't always easily done.
He's got a good work rate, Crossland. I wonder if I don't think he'll replace the dummy half. He might go in and lock forward there. Just see how they pan out here in this set.
Best on the carry. And this time with Marju. That's his 12th run of the day, 106 metres for Greg Marju. Brayley now. There is Crossland playing as a middle forward. Lovely tackle by Plath. By the way, that's his 42nd for the day. We've got Plath down for 42 tackles, 46 minutes into the game. We'll keep you across that number.
All on.
Now Gamble onside the call. Bostock underneath it. Again, Chuala and Gagai just happy to watch him catch it and play the field position game. 10-6 score line. We've had an excellent start for Newcastle. Scored their first 2 tries in the opening 20. They've had only the 1 try since the game. That was the Keeling try in the 26th. So now we've got another 20 minutes without any points. But it's not for the lack of attack. Here's Keeley on the run. Oh, Katoa's put it down. It's a soft error.
Yeah, he's put under a little bit of pressure there from Lucas. It's a big play. He's thinking about what he was going to do once he caught the ball. Just sort of out of the corner of his eye, Lucas put the pressure on. That's a big play for Newcastle. You see him coming in the picture right there.
Let's go, play the ball.
First mistake of the day from the halfback for the Dolphins. Brody Jones with the ball. Little opportunity then for the Knights. A set like this, 35 metres out. First point's important in this second half if the Knights could kick clear. Lucas to play it. Brayley, Hastings there. Goes short. Crossland, sloppy defence. Gamble scores. That is paper thin by the Dolphins.
Just have a look where Hastings comes in the replay. It looks like he's setting up on the right-hand side. Just comes around to that left. Just produce that extra man. But as you said, it was a pretty ordinary defence in the front line there. They go straight through after a mistake. Here's the Harvey Norman replay. Look at Hastings here. Comes from that side, from the right, round to the left. But this is pretty ordinary, this defence here. I think you'll find Nicarima went up in front of his man. And that always allows you to run straight through Crossland, just on the field too. Makes that tackle bust. Straight away like that. They score the opening try of the second half. Couple of arm grabs there.
Oh, not good for Keeley, is it? Nicarima.
Gamble can't believe his luck.
First try of the year for Tyson Gamble, but no, Harvey Norman replay is not one that Oren Keeley and Cody Nicarima will want to watch back too many times. It was turnstile stuff.
Well, it was a big thing for them to get themselves. I know they led at half time, 10 points to 6, but I reckon the Dolphins had the better of the last 15 minutes of that first half. It was very important to come out and make a statement here from the Newcastle Knights. They've done exactly that on the back of a mistake from the Dolphins in their own half. They're good enough to score.
The error was the 7th of the day from the Dolphins. Knights with just the one mistake. And Gagai successful. So the backup kicker, he's landed 2 and the margin is 10, 9 minutes into the second half. Crowd enjoying it. I tell you what, Blocker, just got a chance. Campbelltown last night, the adulation for Reece Walsh, he is, in all my time following the game, I don't think there's been a more popular player with young fans. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Reece Walsh last night in Campbelltown was the king of Campbelltown. People came, the kids in particular, came to watch Reece Walsh play and wanted a photo, wanted a selfie.
And you know the other thing too I like about him? Not straight off the ground after the game. He was there hanging around doing some stuff for the kids. What a superstar he is.
Back to the play here, Newcastle and the Dolphins. Saifidi on the run. That is Daniel. And now for Brodie Jones. We've got Jake on the sideline today. Look forward to face with Jake this week. Dale Finucane. We have to now say former first grader. Dale Finucane, what a champion he's been.
What a warrior.
And face to face tomorrow night at 7:30. Jake sits down with Dale and talks through his great career. The boy from Bega. Brayley, Jones over halfway. 5 minutes into Dolphins territory. Brayley, Gamble, 40 metres out. As it next points after half-time crucial now. If the Knights score again, would have significant breathing space. Dolphins get the ball back.
Yeah, I reckon they'll keep going there. Bostock, he's looked pretty ordinary under that high ball so far.
Wow, goes along at a dummy half. Fuller is with it. And double change, Nichols on. Donahue will get his first minutes of the match. And an old Newcastle boy for the Dolphins.
I like his work rate too, Donahue. Saw him play a few weeks ago earlier in the season. Loves to get involved.
Nichols will go on the run. The Dolphins, 16-6 down. Just the one try from the home team. Amarillo. Driven there by Hastings. Plath finally gets a breather. 45 tackles from his 50 minutes on the field. 7 hit-ups as well. Marshall King across to Katoa. Gets a handle on it this time. And bombs down to Armstrong, who could do no more in his first game in first grade.
Well, you know the other thing too, Andrew, a lot of the fullbacks now look to pass off when they catch the football on the full. Not this kid. He wants to run. It's a great sign for Newcastle.
So the Knights hoping their handling will carry them a long way in the remainder of this game. Marju there. With a really good attention to detail. Brayley catches Donahue offside.
Smart play. Knew exactly the markers weren't square there. Newcastle come out in the second half. I mentioned their defence, but the speed of the play the ball too. They're starting a little bit slow to come off their line, the Dolphins. They'll be tired. They've had to make a lot of tackles. I reckon they'll start going straight through the middle here. The Knights.
I reckon Brayley's got the smarts. He knows this is inside the 40, I'll go for it. And you get the full-blown penalty. Kenny Bromwich ruled out of the game, as Jake reported earlier. Failed his HIA. So they're dealing with just the 3-man bench at this point. Brayley here to Hastings. Now Daniel Saifidi. Wire watching on closely the efforts of the Saifidi brothers. If they're in origin calculations, across to Pierce Paul with the ball. And then finished off there by Keeley. Big centre here for the Knights. Brayley, Hastings, Crossland. Then linking up with Lucas. There hasn't been one run where he hasn't done a little jink, a little swerve. Lucas today, he's lost control. He wants to claim he was pushed down.
I wonder if they'll challenge this.
Jeremy, where do you want it?
Referee Kennedy saying it is your job to get to your feet.
We are, boys.
Lucas wanting to appeal, but they've run out of time here if they are going to challenge it. Too late.
Let's start forming, we're all here.
You can't just put the ball down, Dylan.
Place it on the boot of the opposition there.
Yeah, you've got to get to your feet, or look to get to your feet a little further than he did. They were pretty clear on that pre-season, the officials.
They're a little bit more embarrassing there.
Good thing they didn't challenge. It would have been well and truly barbecued. So Dolphins, after a rare Newcastle error, 26 and a half to go. Garima to Keeley. A little game time from Wayne Bennett, Oren Keeley in just his 4th game.
Well, they need a penalty. They need to get up the other end. This is the story of the first half for the Dolphins. Hardly ever in the attacking zone. Exactly the same things happened to start the second half.
So up, full rocked over the top. What a Gagai special on him there. See that as a badge of honour. Nikarima out to Avarillo. They're going across field. No one running straight. Asako held up. Now up for Katoa. In the end of a set, he's gone centre field bomb. It's a spiralling kick. No one wants to know about it. It bounces to Bostock. He links up with Stone. Tessignew with the ball. It's still the last. Tessignew. Trey Fuller beats one. There's Armstrong. Passed it away. Take it back to New. They had him already held, I think.
Yeah, he's passed the ball off the ground there.
The two fullbacks blocker again, Armstrong and Fuller.
Yeah, what a tackle there by Armstrong. Saved the day. Passed the ball off the ground there. Gee, they're a dangerous football side when they start to put a few passes together.
You can, but the time's expired. And even if you do, it only goes
He's got a lot of pain here, you and Aitken.
Here, Jackson.
But if you say a pass off the ground, it's either penalty or not, isn't it?
Well, it's a penalty, isn't it?
Well, if you're saying it is, he's passed it in contact at the back and then a pass around the corner. Could have been one of the tries of the year.
What about the hands of New there? I know it didn't come to anything, but that's off the ground.
It's thrown back. It contacts the Newcastle player, but you reckon from behind.
Look at this tape. Left-hander.
Newcastle have the ball. A little bit of rain about. Knights have possession.
A little bit nervous. They can show when they get down that end. Excitement machine, aren't they? The Dolphins, once they start to put a few passes together, but that's been the problem.
Trey Fuller, David Armstrong, new on the scene. They could put it together in a show. They could go to Vegas the way they're playing a little show. Trey Fuller, Dave Armstrong show. Been fantastic. The two ones have come together today more than you would see in a regular match. Really good stuff. Brayley. Knights. Newcastle fans would be greatly encouraged, but they're still nervous for another 25 minutes, I reckon. Brayley to gamble. There's a bomb that'll go out Bostock's way. And they play the man again. Gagai hits Bostock. Shift Fuller. Ooh, that was risky. Asako with the ball.
That's well done by Best too. He's making the decision for the opposition to run the ball there. He got caught flat-footed in the first half. Avarillo went around him. He learnt from that lesson. He's straight up in the face here of the Dolphins.
Avarillo on that charge back. And a lot of these having to start sets running from deep inside their own half. Cross Katoa, there's bodies there. Aitken got through the tackle, doesn't offload with three, and he's outside. Now it looms up, got him through with the ball. Defence, oh, he had Nikarima on his outside. Then Nichols loses the ball, then butchered it. I reckon they've butchered it more than once, the Dolphins.
Yeah, they have. I thought Stone should have passed on his
Oh,
outside.
now Best. Flick pass, having got through the gap. Oh, You can't catch your breath there, but the Dolphins, there was a try on the left, there was a try on the middle, and on the stock take, they come up with nothing.
Yeah, what about the reply here? They're up on the halfway line.
Armstrong with it for the Knights. Could have been Dolphins back within 4 at the end of that. Look at this, he's got Nicarima there. Doesn't look up. Oh, Nicarima's up to the black dot. And Mark Nichols drops it. Knights with Hastings. Guy Pearce-Paul, he loses the ball. A few errors creep into the Newcastle game now. Fuller charges back at them. Has he been hurt there, Trey Fuller? How gutsy is he? How gallant is he? Yeah, he is hurt. Trey Fuller.
Calling straight to the sideline too. That's not a good sign.
Dolphins, and they get a penalty, the Dolphins.
Here we go.
Game's on the swing at the moment. They can't afford to lose Fuller. What a performance. That was his 18th carry of the game. 10 tackle busts, 173 metres and 2 line breaks from Trey Fuller.
Well, you want to hope it's just cramp. It'll be the best outcome for him. It looks like it is. They need him, as you said, Andrew. He's been electrifying at the back. He's up and at him. Good on him.
He's got it in both legs. A touch of the Reece Walsh's from last night. And now, oh, Nichols rocked. He's taken down by Jacob that time. Marshall King on to Stone. So Dolphins have had the better of the last 5 or 6 minutes. Now to try and convert it into points. Katoa on the switch. Nicarima covered up by Hastings. Trying to get the fans interested again.
That was well done by Hastings. He just shut that down. Good reading of the play there.
He's inside the 20. Marshall King. Katoa. There for Nicarima. Good kick. Avarillo's going to win the chase. He's got the ball. He loses the ball. Maybe threw it back. Armstrong. Oh, he was off. And he slid over the sideline. He's got a bit of cramp now as well.
I mean, why wouldn't he? Gee, he's covered some ground, hasn't he? Look at this for a perfect bounce. Who is it that comes? Avarillo gets the ball. Who comes over the... Oh, he loses on the way down. Another try gone begging. Gee, they bombed a couple.
Lucas. And some near things here, the Dolphins. 16 points to 6. Just over a quarter of the game to go. Thompson with this hit up, his 10th of the day, back onto the field. Daniel Saifidi earns a rest. He had 8 hit-ups and 20 tackles. This is his brother, Jacob. They deserve their lead, but they're a long way from home. Oh, Armstrong juggled. He regathered before he got to Avarillo, or did he? Referee rules that way. I'm happy to go with him. Pearce-Paul with the ball now. As long as he had control before Avarillo got there, it's not a knock on. Hastings kicks. They're going to challenge. Crossland went up. Ball bounces over the sideline.
Off Phoenix.
And off Phoenix Crossland. What's he saying? Is Phoenix trying to communicate? Yeah, they want to challenge it.
They all competed for the football that time.
Newcastle challenging the decision of out of Phoenix. Tackle 6. That it doesn't touch.
You've got to be sure about that, haven't you, Andrew?
Well, so he's played a little more than Dylan Lucas. They're not taking the young bloke. Crossland's had a bit more first-grade experience, so he's got runs on the board, and they're believing him, his teammates. He will challenge.
Newcastle kick chase is onside.
It'll be disappointing if it's not Crossland who touches it, and it is Gagai who touches it, or Bradman Best who's there.
I think he's come off Fuller's arm, has it? Come off his forearm.
Who they get?
So it'll be a good call here.
It's a good lead.
The ball comes off the arm of Trey Fuller, playing on at this point.
Phoenix Crossland. Your little ripper, so the Knights fans. He hadn't felt the ball. Finally
and the ball goes out. The challenge will be successful.
Yeah, that's what happens.
You do have a fullback, as game as he is, he's small.
Yeah.
You know, contests the ball, every ball that goes up. You got Bostock a little nervous out left. There's your targets. Put away field position here. Get another 6 and you're 16 in front. Here's Brayley, Thompson. Lucas. What a set this is. Newcastle into the last 20. 10 metres away from the line. Thompson with the ball. They're trying to achieve just their 3rd win of the season.
He's clever out of dummy half too, Brayley.
Here he is to Hastings, to Gamble. Here's Paul. Oh, and he's lost the ball. Was it ripped away? No. Play on the Dolphins. Suddenly, 3 errors in probably the last 6 or 7 minutes from the night.
He's done that a couple of times, Pierce, Paul. He always tries to get that ball, swap it into his right arm to get it loose to try and offload the football. Would have been better off to take the tackle there. It's happened a couple of times in this game, but stick to it. He'll eventually get you the ball. Nicarima knocks it out.
Second half completed 22 of 22. Second half, they've completed 7 of 11. Dolphins still in the game, 10 down, but oh, there's a shot from Gamble. You'll like that. And there's a little bit to say to Katoa as well. You're entitled to when you pull off a shot like that.
Just knocked the win out of here for 10 seconds. He'll be back, Katoa.
Marshall King, Donahue, little dummy. Last tackle, in position to put up an attacking kick. Nicarima now, will they start challenging? Avarillo getting through. There's Armstrong. He's too good. What a catch on debut. How good is he going, David Armstrong?
He's saying he lost the ball there. What about that for attack on the football? Confidence. No easing your way into first grade. Away he goes. What a debut it's been.
He might be getting up round man of the match honours at the moment. The 2 fullbacks. Superb today. Gagai now. Lovely move. Knights into the Dolphins half. 17 and a half to go. Thompson with the ball. It's not that the Dolphins haven't had chances. It's 4 line breaks all. Yet 3 tries to 1 to the Knights. Brayley to Gamble. Another run for the Newcastle 5'8". He's been strong today.
Last tackle, Joe.
Last tackle. Brayley sizes it up. Gonna go short side. Brayley, support there best. Knocked out of his hands. Brayley play on.
First time not for you, Jermaine. And then Newcastle.
Yeah, there you go. It was raked away.
Middle clock on.
So Newcastle are going to get the ball here.
Again, it's Brayley out of dummy half. Jaden Brayley just summing up the situation up the short side. There's the dummy. A little bit unlucky there. Best onto the ball. Osako knocks it down.
Let's start forming, boys. Let's start forming.
Tell you what, you can put that field position all down to the run at the back from young Armstrong. Gee, he put him on the front foot, didn't he?
Well, that was
the big play.
Well, the biggest Randy, that was Kalen Ponga. That is what Ponga would do, catch and land and run. Could not have done any better than what Armstrong displayed. Now it goes to Hastings. Up with Bradman Best. 16 plays 6. It's been gripping stuff in the second half here. Brayley, Hastings, Saifidi with the ball. First of our doubleheader on this Sunday. Canberra and Cronulla to come. Brayley to Hastings. Drops it back off to Lucas. Strong and gets within a metre of the line. 4 defenders stop him. Brayley up there with Thompson to Hastings. He kicked before the last. I don't know about that. Dolphins end up with a ball. Sako throws it over the top to Fuller. A line dropout out of it.
Gee, they weren't alert on the outside there. Marju, if you have a look at the chip or the grubber kick in behind, there's no one there for the Newcastle Knights on the chase. Obviously, it was a kick and hope here from Hastings, but there's no one chasing the ball through here. Sako gets there and then throws a miracle ball over the top.
That ball pass. A short drop out, way too far. The long short one. Gagai onto it. Bostock does a bit of dancing with him.
She's a handful.
16-6. Brayley thought they had a set restart for sure there. Jacob Saifidi. Oh, Jacob goes down. Is he hurt? Just collapsed in that tackle. Yeah, oh, that's not good.
Is that Achilles?
He
grabbed straight away for it.
Yeah, strange one there for Jacob Saifidi. Collapsed before the defensive line. No, this might be really bad. Oh, there's a penalty conceded by the Dolphins. I'm worried about Jacob Saifidi here. felt something straight away. Ankle or Achilles, and he flinches a little on the first test. 16-6, they can go 18-6 in front here.
You see a lot. You see a lot of that with Achilles problems straight away. Looks like someone shot you from the grandstand straight down. Not a good look there. Saifidi with a fair amount of pain. He's up. That's the good news.
Strain rather than a
No.
rough shot. No.
Is he all right?
No, he's in bother. Look, if it is the Achilles, like I don't know whether you're walking off like that, but the rupture, basically what happens when the Achilles snaps, the calf muscle rolls up the back of the leg, if you want to get graphic about it. And there's nothing you can do there. And he knows it's bad. A milestone game for him has ended in the worst possible way there. Jake will get the full report. Let's hope that it's not on the extra serious side. Gagai, another goal. They lead by 12, the Knights. 18 points to 6.
They might need this too, just really graft away now, the Newcastle Knights. Dolphins have let a couple of tries gone begging. A great lead now.
State of Origin for the women is back here. Well, it will be here at Suncorp Stadium at a Magic Round on Thursday, May 16. The 2024 ANPOL Women's State of Origin. You can secure your tickets right now. Head to nrl.com/tickets. New South Wales and Queensland. Thompson to bring it back.
He's been good, hasn't he? Strong carries all game, Thompson.
Tessie News hurt now too. Arm's got a little dead after trying to make that tackle. The left centre for the Dolphins. Now struggling to get feeling back in the right arm. Elliott on this run. This is the Newcastle side of the first half. Straight hard running. Hastings. So between Hastings and Gamble, they've run the ball a dozen times today. Crossland. And that's a really good set, following on from the penalty goal. Brayley and Gamble kicking down Bostock's way with it 10 metres out from the line. So the highest scoring side in second halves this year is scoreless through 28 minutes of this one. Let's go to the sideline, Jake Duke.
Still waiting on an update on Jacob Saifidi, guys, but a big blow for the Dolphins. Their captain, Jesse Bromwich, is on the bench. His afternoon is done. I think it's a calf injury. He's got the ice on, so he will play no further part in this game.
Could be, with respect, they do call it the old man's injury. And it could be a few weeks for Jesse. Wish him well. Katoa on to Fuller, who falls into the tackle there of Gagai. There is Jesse. Back away for Katoa. It needs to be more than field position kicks now. With 11.5 to go. If Knights score next, will it be enough? Armstrong on his 14th carry of the day.
Well, I think Marju's in a little bit of trouble too. He just passed that ball off, hobbling in the back plate. He's starting to fall down, aren't they? Both sides. Struggling with the pace of the game at the moment.
Oh, yeah, there's some walking teammates there. There was no one with hand up or running onto the ball. Hastings has to take a one-out hit up here for the Knights. The outside backs have suddenly disappeared. Normally it would be a Marju in there for a big carry. Armstrong on to Elliott. And then, he almost ran into the back of a teammate. Donahue making the tackle. Pierce-Paul clears the scene. Hastings bomb. 35 metres out. Running up is Fuller. He's got it again. His 21st possession of the match. Craig Fuller. Now Asako with it. By the way, last night, Brian Toto, 17 tackle busts. We went back. Tom Trebojevic, the modern day record, with 20. That game against the Cowboys a few seasons ago.
Back to his best Toto last night. Didn't he?
Fuller, though, today's had 10. It's an admirable effort. Lath on this run. He's got 10 minutes to see if he can get the tackle count into the 50s. Raise the bat. Marshall King, Katoa, Nikarima, New, just inside the night half. Adam O'Brien would be ecstatic if they can hold them, not just with a win, but if they hold them to 6. Katoa now, kick and hope. Armstrong is there, and he gets the job done again. David Armstrong almost loses his head.
Fullback on fullback again.
Amazing. It's incredible. Oh, look forward to the rematch. Marju, yeah.
Look at him. They're probably going to have to leave him out there.
Yeah, he can barely stand up.
Well, how many have they got left on the bench there? Got a couple that have been injured.
Is it more than cramp? I think it is, the way they're working on the leg. He's not down in the treat a cramp position. Could be more damage done staying out there. Now Crossland with the ball. Elliott has run hard all afternoon for the Knights. Brayley, 9 minutes to go. Hastings, Newcastle. 9 minutes away from their 3rd win of the season. Bostock, good catch. Well, we're almost getting down to the we have to score next set territory for the Dolphins.
I reckon they could have scored a couple of tries here in the second half and made a real game of it. If they can score in the next couple of minutes, it'll be a great ending.
Now out, Masako off Nikarima. Gets through 2, gets to halfway. Hastings finished it off. 3 tackles gone. Fuller across to Marshall King. Cut out ball to Aitken. Doesn't need or doesn't use Tessie New. And the Knights scramble back again. Marshall King. Nichols up the centre. Well, surely they have to challenge a bomb at some point, if that's the way they go. Katoa running it. Aitken is hit by the Knights' defence. Gagai, what a shot.
Yeah, he's been good, hasn't he? Gagai coming back in into the side. They need a little bit of spark, and he's delivered. Got a number of good players out there. The fullback and also Gagai, probably been their 2 best so far.
On their own 20 there is the finishing work of Gagai. There was no chance for Aitken to try and offload there. Hastings with the ball. Now they're 7 minutes away from their 3rd victory of the season. And then a return back home to play the Warriors this time next Sunday, Newcastle. Lucas with the ball. Dolphins looking ahead, have the Cowboys next Saturday night. On halfway, the Knights. Brayley to Crossland. Elliott's. Bowles Katoa out of the way. 13th hit up for Elliott, 28 tackles. Gamble with the ball, looking to take it out of play. Take a few seconds off the clock.
That's the right play there from Gamble. Game management. Walk to the scrum. That's the right sort of kick. The Raiders warming up in the box down there. Big game for them.
It's a rare event if the Dolphins get held to single figures. It only happened once last year against the Warriors. Sharks and Raiders next up. Good one to finish. You know Ricky will have his team ready in Canberra and Cronulla. Top of the table heading into the round. So the Dolphins with it. Nichols. Can Fuller light them up? Because they are good at getting long-range tries when Hammer's around.
It's going to come from the halves and the fullback in Fuller.
Avarillo, switch across. Fuller, here he is. Caught there by Crossland. 4 tackles, Dolphins, a little slow, a little tired. Then it goes on Kerr off Marshall King. Back to Marshall King. There's Plath. On it comes with Donahue. Well read by Best. Outside in. Nice tackle with 5.5 to go. Need something to go their way. Katoa for Nikarima. Then to Aitken. Then to Tessie New. They're all flat passes. Bostock kicks over the top. Got the bounce and loses the ball. Armstrong onto it. This bloke can walk on the moon. Have a look at him. Armstrong's away again.
Yeah, it's a good start to the set again. They had to throw caution to the wind that time, the Dolphins.
Clock on.
They've got an error against Armstrong. Did they want to challenge all there? They will.
All right, Chris. We have a captain's challenge. The advantage from Newcastle has been played out. They're challenging. There's a no knock on the ground over here with David.
So he's ruled they've taken their advantage, and that's very important. Bunker can't overrule that. That's on-ground decision, and that's always subjective.
Well, you'd run 30
So they've
metres up
taken
the
their
field.
advantage.
Yeah.
So that eliminates that out of the equation. If the Knights thought they were challenging that part, it's not something they can challenge.
He doesn't look real confident, does he? David Armstrong there, having a look at the replay. Geez, returned the ball well, hasn't he? With interest. A couple of big runs in the second half.
I'll just hand over to you, Lockie. You look for separation and all the rest.
Well, I think there's a little separation there. Yeah.
The ball comes out of the grip of David Armstrong and contacts the shoulder of Isaiah Katoa, which is a knock on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Okay, so challenge is put away for Newcastle for the last 5 minutes. It's gone.
They need to get a call to go their way in the second half here. The Dolphins have created enough opportunity to score a couple of tries, but haven't been able to get one. Let's see what they can come up with now. Great
5
position
to go. 18-6. You know, the Dolphins with a challenge up their sleeve. If anything goes wrong, they'll just fire in a challenge. Ball with Nikorima. Nikorima there for Fuller. Bobbing about, but Best was having none of that. Almost sat on him. Nikorima. Avarillo. No second half points to the Dolphins. Just the one try for the match. Knights, have they done enough? Nichols on the run. Third tackle. Close enough, if good enough to score this set. Katoa to Nikorima to New. I think he thought for a moment it was a cutout ball.
Gagai again coming up with a big strong tackle, one-on-one.
His defence has been superb. Dane Gagai. Nikorima, Katoa, 4 tackles. Plath is with it. There is Marshall King. Fuller's the go-to. Avarillo to Osako, one of the best finishers. And the Knights get it done again with Bradman Best. Last tackle, Fuller. Marshall King. There to Plath. Plath, high ball, lost by Kerr. Ball back to Katoa. Still the last tackle and a penalty.
I want to get on with this pretty quickly.
Got to look at it. Just wait. Time's off.
Call it back on. They want to get on with it.
High contact. Gee, they got out of that. The play was coming to an end. 3 minutes 47 on the clock. Nichols on the run. Need to score this set. And that, if they convert, will only bring them back to 6. The difference. Plath on the run that time. 2 meters away. Marshall King to the right. Katoa at the back. Nikorima, in comes Marju. He's recovered. Greg Marju, he's not right, but he's done the job there. Katoa to Kerr. Watch out for the offload. Arm was free. Tackle for Dolphins. Blade. Marshall King. Plath. Katoa. Back inside. Aitken with the ball. Back in front of the posts. Pierce ball over the top with Brayley. Last tackle. 3 to go. Marshall King. Katoa doesn't kick. Nikorima. Out to Osako to score. There's still a hope for Dolphins.
Well,
The try scorer needs to kick and blocker.
You've got to feel sorry there for Marju, who's under battling circumstances, stayed out there. He's got an ankle injury, just got caught in field. Look at the space out here between the centre and the winger. Comes in, Nikorima with a beautiful pass. Osako is a great finisher. There's no doubt he was going to finish there.
Well, he scores the try. He now has to kick the goal. With 2:48 on the clock, from the right touchline, Jermaine Osako for the Dolphins. He is 1 from 3 on the right this year. 18 points to 10. The last 2.5 come alive if he gets it. Jermaine Osako, no. Unsuccessful. 8 the difference. They are going to have to throw everything at this next set, if not right from the opening tackles from the kickoff.
Yeah, you would have liked to have seen him score 5 minutes earlier. I think the clock's going to beat this Dolphins side here this afternoon. I must say, if Newcastle go on to win, they've been the better team.
Agreed.
And he led 10 points to 6 at half-time. Perfect completion. 20 from 20 in the first half. First to score in the second half. Now the Dolphins give themselves a chance.
Just on the fullbacks, Fuller, next run will take him past 200 metres. Armstrong is the most metres on debut by a Knights player ever that we've got on record. And he's up around 180 so far. Ball with Kerr running back up. Oh, don't know about the left shoulder there of Kai Pearce-Paul. So Dolphins with Nichols. So a couple of hit-ups. Now they probably have to get a little more daring. With 2 minutes to go. I don't think they can just wait to the last and chip over the top. Plath goes. Katoa along for Fuller. Lucas, a good tackle for Newcastle. On a danger man. Over 200 metres now, Fuller. Tessie new with the ball, that's the fourth. But they had to score this set. Marshall King, Katoa, dummy to Plath, across field. There's Nikarima. On it goes, Donahue to Fuller. Fuller keeps it alive. Masako's away. Speed from the Dolphins. Men inside. Kept alive. Amarillo with the ball. He'll score. Dolphins still a hope. Dolphins still a chance now for the difference.
Yeah, that's the side they come down to, their right-hand side. As I said before, Marju is in all sorts of trouble. It's a good set play here. They had to shift the football on a good play the ball. Here's the money ball there on the outside. It was thrown by Fuller. Osako, too much pace. Again, got on the outside at best. They can't make the tackle, and Avarillo skips out of the tackle there of Armstrong. And they will rush this kick.
Oh boy. So what about the previous kick now? They're just checking it. They're checking blocker. Before Osako will take the shot. Try is confirmed. This for 18-16. This time he hangs it out to the right and misses. 1 minute and a bit, 1 minute and change still to go. Dolphins fans come alive. I still agree with you. Knights have been the better side, but when winning hasn't been a habit, you know, you ride it all the way to the finish, and that's how Knights fans would be feeling at the moment. One set for the Dolphins to see if they can post a try and then kick to win. Post a try and it's golden point at worst.
It's a cruel game, isn't it?
Wayne Bennett has seen it all before, deep from the kickoff. Now Kerr to bring it back. Dolphins have it 10 metres away from their own line.
You've got to try and shift off a quick play the ball. If it's a slow play the ball, the defence can adjust pretty quickly.
Well, it was on play 3 last set. They got it going. Plath is on the third this time. We're into the final minute. Raiders and Sharks still to come on Fox Lee. Ball across. Fuller put a move on Gamble. Kept alive for Katoa. Katoa will do the same. Centrefield for Kerr. His mindset is pass. There's the ball. Up it comes for Fuller. His mindset is keep it alive. And Hastings latches on to Fuller's first mistake of the day. And then gets it a push and a shove. It is Donahue and Hastings. 20 seconds on the clock. I think the Knights players are right in saying, Jackson, we're in front by 4. Step away.
Yeah, you just got to have a look at the tackle over the top here on Hastings. He didn't like it. He got up. Didn't like what happened in the tackle. Still chatting away, both players.
Now Gamble, Magagai takes the hit up. There's going to have to be an incredible intercept or a magical strip of the ball here. Well, the Knights have got their third win of the season and sets up a big one against the Warriors next week. Fill it out, Newcastle fans. Hastings the hit up. The Knights have shown great character. No Kalen Ponga. Step up David Armstrong. And the Knights get their third win of the season. Well done to to Adam O'Brien and his team. A load of character in that. Full time, Newcastle 18, the Dolphins 14.